Hello, racing fans, and welcome to the one, the only, the commercial-free RP, the racing podcast presented by American Podcasting, available at apodradio.com, also available at Spreaker.com, #sports. We were off last week, and so we're going to get right to it. Unfortunately, we have to open the show with some sad news, which I'm sure everyone is aware of, which IndyCar driver Justin Wilson, who passed away after an incident at Pocono Raceway on Sunday, and the news came out on Monday, which is really sad news, which racing is pretty dangerous. And it's really sad news, and all the best for hope the family and everybody is doing all right. Again, Justin Wilson and the number 8 car, who was hit by debris from the car of the car of Sake Karam, who suffered end injuries. Wilson's car spun on turn 1. CEO of Holman and Company, the parent company of IndyCar, Mark Miles, says, quote, "This is a monumentally sad day for IndyCar and the motorsports community as a whole." He continues by saying that Justin's elite ability to drive a car was matched by his unwavering kindness, character, and humility, which is what made him one of the most respected members of the paddock. As we know, the racing industry is one big family, and our efforts moving forward will be focused on rallying around Justin's family to ensure they get the support they need during this unbelievably difficult time. A really crazy turn of events, and really sad news, and it's really difficult to talk about and not butcher the situation because it's a very sensitive topic. But IndyCar racing and Formula One racing is very dangerous racing. Obviously, because you have no roof, and Pocono is pretty tricky already as it is. But it's really sad news, and just wanted to touch base on that before we continue. Now, we weren't here last week, so we're here today. Got the results from Michigan. I'll just go over that real quick. Results from Bristol. We're going to talk about Bristol a whole lot today, and then we'll just do our normal business. Now, next week, we will be here, but next week's podcast is going to be a shortened podcast because there'll be no race note segment next week, only because there's no Sprint Cup racing this Sunday. Actually, only have trucks, Xfinity and trucks this weekend. Xfinity, they both heading to road courses this weekend. Xfinity heads to Road America in Wisconsin, and the trucks head to Canada, to the Canadian Motorsports Park, so we'll talk about that in a little bit. And the next Sprint Cup race is actually on September the 6th, which is another night race, and that is the night race at Darlington, and that's September 6th. And then September 12th is another night race. You actually have Sunday the 6th, and then that Saturday following, which is the 12th, you have another night race, and that is the night race at Richmond, and is also the last race of the regular season. So, okay, so I'll just go over who won all the races at Michigan, then we'll go into Bristol in detail. The NASCAR Camping World Truck Series at Michigan, which was the Careers for Veterans 200, presented by Cooper Standard and Brad Keselowski's Checkered Flag Foundation. Kyle Busch, the winner there in the 51 Toyota, and that was back on the 15th. And then the Xfinity race at Mid-Ohio, which was the also on the 15th, that was the Nationwide Children's Hospital 200 at Mid-Ohio, and the winner Reagan Smith, and the number 7 Chevy, who had a really cool one. And then Sunday, August 16th, which is the Pure Michigan 400, Matt Kenseth, the winner there. And then last weekend, and I hope you all saw this race on Saturday, because especially at the end, and you had a really intense battle between the number 4, Kevin Harvick, and the double two, Joey Logano, for the checkered flag. And Joey Logano was not letting Kevin Harvick get by him. So last weekend was the nighttime action, putting rubber under the stars, if you will. 3 nights at the world's fastest half mile, also known as the last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. Last Wednesday was on the 19th was the most recent NASCAR Camping World Truck Series race, and that was the UNOH 225 that was presented by Z-Loop. Winner Ryan Blaney in the 29 Ford, who led 40 laps and gained 1 point. Second place, Kyle Busch in the 54 Toyota. He led 4 laps, dropped 2 points. Third place, John Hunter Nemechek in the number 8 Chevy, and he gained 4 points. Last Friday was the NASCAR Xfinity Series event, and that was the Food City 300. Kyle Busch, the winner there in the 54 Toyota. He led 89 laps. Second place, Kyle Larson in the 42 Chevy, dropped 1 point. Third place, Denny Hamlin in the number 20 Toyota. He led 106 laps, dropped 3 points. And then Saturday was the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series event. Saturday night race at Bristol, the Irwin Tools night race. Joey Logano, the winner there in the 22 Ford. He led 176 laps, and he started in 5th place. Second place, Kevin Harvick in the number 4 Chevy. He started 7th. And then third place, Denny Hamlin in the number 11 Toyota. He led 54 laps. He started first. He was actually, Denny Hamlin was the pole sitter. The Irwin Tools night race, Bristol Motor Speedway, number of laps scheduled was 266.5 miles. The race started at 7:51, and it was almost, actually it didn't go that, it was when the race finished up. I don't got the finish time, but it's pretty close to, I think it was like right after, a little bit right after 11. There was a skydiver that was cool. It's very dramatic with the big American flag right there. God Bless the USA landing in the background there. The song God Bless the USA. Everybody knows that song. And Pledge of Allegiance. Also, presentation of colors. Staff Sergeant Roberts from the United States Marine Corps. Invocation, Dr. Raleigh Washington, President and CEO of Promise Keepers. National Anthem by the Ranger Motor Racing Outreach Children, along with fireworks. Flyover by 2 F-18s, Marine Fighter Attack Squadron 122 from Benford, South Carolina, and they flew from turn 3 to turn 1. Gentlemen, start your engine command. O. Burton Smith, Executive Chairman of Speedway Motorsports, and the 2016 NASCAR Hall of Fame inductee. And the engines are fired up at 7:41. Cars roll off at 7:45. The 98 car had some issues. Hemi Hill, he needed a push. And then, let's see. So Hamlin, Kyle Busch, Carl Edwards started the top 3 at lap 2. At lap 5, Denny Hamlin with a .72 second lead over Kyle Busch, which grew to and then it dropped to .49 at lap 9, to .666 at lap 8, and then .49 at lap 9. 3 wide, 18, Kenseth, at lap 18, Kenseth, Johnson, Kurt Busch, battle for first place. At the beginning of the race, Denny Hamlin held on for the first 26 laps before Kyle Busch takes over. Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Carl Edwards, top 3 at lap 27. Kyle Busch's lead went from .64 seconds at lap 33 to 1.79 seconds at lap 36. Then would drop down to 113 at lap 48. The 27 car, he almost loses it. Lap 42, Paul Menard at turn 4. Almost sideways there, but no caution. But the first caution will come out lap 51, and that was for debris at turn 3. Tony Stewart, beneficiary right there. It was a piece of concrete at turn 2, but the spread sign and the best sign, according to officials on radio communication there, there was also some debris at turn 2. The 21 car got popped for too fast on pit road, and so the number 10, of course, 10, Danica Patrick, 21, Ryan Blaney, that was lap 54. And then a race off pit road, lap 55, number 18, Kyle Busch, the winner there. The race off pit road consisted of the 18, the 42, the 22, the 11, the 19, the 55, the 4, the 22, and the 15. And then green flag comes out, lap 58, restart lap 59. Top 3 at lap 61, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, the 18, the 11, the 42. Now Michael Annett, Okay, he's in the 46 car. He drops out of the race at lap 61. He had some engine issues there. Michael Annett in the 46 car, and he got credited with 43rd place. Lap 85, 32 cars were in the lead lap, okay, which that number quickly dwindled down, okay. Clint Bowyer, the 15 car, gets into the top 10 at lap 85. Dale Jr., the last on the lead lap in the 29th, lap 98. And then the top 3 at lap 105, Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin. Kyle Busch with a 1.266 second lead at lap 107, and which grew to 1.797 at lap 108. Lap 106. So it went from 32 cars at lap 85 in the lead lap down to 23 cars at lap 106. Matt Kenseth's car was smoking between lap 112, lap 113. He has to pit, no question. He had to get pushed behind the wall, which means he had it to the garage. And so possible engine issues, they were saying. Top 3 lap 124, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano. And at lap 125, you had question number 2. Excuse me, folks. I had to get a sip of water real quick. Question number 2, lap 125, Kyle Larson, blown tire. Kyle Larson, the 42 car. Stenhouse Jr., the beneficiary there, the 17 car. And then you had a race off pit road at lap 128, which consisted of the 11 of Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick, Carl Edwards. It was also the 11, the 18, the double 2, the 4, the 19, the 15, the 55, 41, the 1 and the 2. Denny Hamlin, the winner of that one right there. Kevin Harvick, the number 4 car, gets popped for crew over the wall too soon, lap 129. And Kyle Larson, too many over the wall too soon. So he only allowed 7 crew members. At one time it was 6, and they changed it. Now you have 7. Top 3 at lap 134, Hamlin, Kyle Busch, and Joey Logano. Matt Kenseth, however, will drop out of the race. That was announced at lap 137. Third caution would come out lap 146. You always get a lot of incidents when you have short track racing. Question number 3, lap 146, AJ Allmendinger. He goes into the inside wall, the front straightaway. Allmendinger in the 47. Trevor Bayne in the 6 is the beneficiary, or as they say, they call the lucky dog. And restart lap 152. Denny Hamlin takes the lead into the restart. Top 3 at lap 161, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano. And then at 176, it was Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, Denny Hamlin. But then Clint Bowyer would take over at lap 185. So then you had, alright. So then top 3 at 185, Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, Clint Bowyer. Lap 225 into 226, it was Logano, Kyle Busch, and Clint Bowyer. Logano in front, Kyle Busch second, and then Clint Bowyer in third. And then it was Logano, Clint Bowyer, Kyle Busch. Okay, lap 234, and then lap 239 it was Joey Logano, Clint Bowyer, Carl Edwards. Actually, the top 5 at lap 239 was Logano, Bowyer, Edwards, Kyle Busch, and Truex Jr. Logano's lead over Clint Bowyer was 1.01 seconds. Lap 248. Now it went from 32 drivers in the lead lap, okay, to 23, and then by the time you got to lap 246, you had 16 cars in the lead lap. Question 4, lap 24, debris on turn 3, Dale Jr., the beneficiary there. And lap 250 is the race halfway mark. Race off a pit road at lap, let's see, there was also a race off a pit road right there. Carl Edwards, the winner of that one there. And that race off a pit road consisted of the 19, the 18, the 15, the 22, the 78, the 11, the 41, the 1, the 55, and the 4. Justin Allgaier too fast on pit road, lap 253, Allgaier in the 51 car. Green flag comes out lap 257, restart lap 258. Top 3 at lap 258, Carl Edwards, Kyle Busch, Clint Bowyer.